There, on the rocks beside the stream, is a bizarre procession. Freshwater prawns, or shrimps, either will do. The species is Macrobrachium lanchesteri, and it is just in this little area where the stream flows over some rocks and there's a bit of a section of rapids that these shrimps come out of the water and walk along the rocks on the side of the stream until they can't get any further. There's a break in the rock, and at that point they re-enter the water and presumably continue swimming upstream. Presumably they're going back to their spawning grounds higher up in the stream. You have to come in the night, as these shrimps don't come out of the water at all during the day. This is in a part of the country known as the Emerald Triangle, down in the southeast corner of Thailand, close to the Laos and Cambodian borders. And when the water goes down, if the rain eases off and the water level drops, these shrimps don't come out of the water at all. And this would seem to support the idea that they simply can't get past these rapids when there's a lot of water in the stream, and that's why they have to literally walk around them. Whatever the reason, it's an astonishing sight and a very, very amusing sight, watching them all going one way. They're clearly going upstream, even though they're not in the water, as it were. They still know which way to go. That's interesting in its own right.
I decided to try a new vantage point and climbed into a tree with the camera. The herd slowly drifted underneath us, and really interesting view looking down on a herd of elephants. There may still be more vegetation around, but the elephants are still very lazy and lethargic. The humidity definitely contributes to that. There was a small dig where the elephants had pulled out grass and looking for roots right below the tree where I was, and several of the youngsters lay down, just resting briefly. There was a fair bit of dusting happening from the loose soil, and I never quite realized how much of that actually ends up and stays on the top of the backs of these elephants, even clods of grass. And the little corners of the ears almost clean a little patch on the top of their head, free of dust, almost like little windscreen wipers. Very strange angle to view elephants. A very interesting experience.
A shy creature, seldom seen. The bat-eared fox. They were very affectionate towards each other, almost mirroring every movement. The pair were still hunting in the early morning, and we followed them as they made their way across the plains. Grooming is important pastime when there are many biting insects, and it helps if your partner deals with the bits that can't be reached. Their enormous ears are naturally their most distinguishing feature, each one nearly the size of the head. So it's an easy guess as to which sense is the most important. At the slightest sound, the fox would change direction and pounce. One got a good rodent meal, which was quickly devoured. The foxes eventually retreated to the shade of a termite mound, and we left them there, where they would undoubtedly sleep until the sun got too high.
I watch some of these Cape gannets building their nests from this guano base, taking little balls of guano and patiently stacking it to where they would have their nesting mound. It's always amazing to watch the impeccable instinct of nature expressing itself. These birds just do that which ensures their sustainability as a species, relentlessly and impeccably, and such is nature's way. A 100 years ago, this island stood 10 meters higher out of the water. Now it seems there are only 2 meters of guano left after the commercial exploitation that took place for 4 or 5 decades. But slowly it builds up again. Always on every available perch, every rock overlooking this colony stands a kelp gull, southern black-backed gull, one of the arch predators in this environment, a remarkable bird that does not miss a beat. Should any nesting bird leave its fledgling or eggs exposed just for 5-10 seconds, the gulls swoop in and take what is then theirs. These are the laws that govern the natural world. For now, the colony continues in its apparently chaotic manner, nesting, mating, courting these delightful but dilly birds.